What a scuffed intro. Is this even the correct mic? Hello, hello, hello. Right, that's the correct mic. Sorry I was a bit late today. I was ranting about COVID. And I've still not quite got over it. Oh, the blue badge! You know, that's put me in a good mood, that as Fishman. Fishman with his blue badge. Now, I was just ranting because, I swear to God, if I start getting these letters again, basically what happens is, if you've got medical conditions, you have to follow these extra guidelines and stuff. Basically go in an early lockdown, and the rules are a bit over the top if you've got certain medical conditions. And because I'm diabetic, that falls into those medical conditions. However, if you look after your diabetes, you will be relatively healthy. Or should be healthy anyway. So I look after it quite well. So compared to other people that might not look after it quite well, I'm still able-bodied enough to be able to fight off COVID, you know, without having jabs, this and other. And I know this for myself because I was ill recently. Yeah, my parents might be older than me. I was ill for a day, and it wasn't nice, and I got rid of it in a day, and it took my parents 2 weeks to get rid of it. And I'm sorry, but if I was diabetic and my immune system was bad because of it, because I wasn't looking after myself properly, I'd have been ill for about 2 weeks then. I wasn't. So anyway, I'm just chatting shit here now because I've pissed myself off about it. My point is, I look after myself well. If you don't look after diabetes well, your immune system will suffer from it, because I look after it quite well. My immune system is quite good for me to say I'm diabetic. Anyway, so because I'm diabetic, they don't look at each individual cases. They just say, oh, you're diabetic, you've got to follow these extra guidelines. So I've got to follow these extra guidelines, whereas somebody, I don't want to pick on them, but somebody that's obese or something is more at risk of getting serious health implications from COVID than what I am. Yet they don't have to follow these extra BS steps. And the reason why I'm a bit annoyed at this is because they're bringing in vaccine passports. So you've got to go places, show me your vaccine stuff. You get it up on your phone and your app, and God knows what that's going to end up being like. I'm hoping it's not going to be too much. So if, let's say, I go somewhere, I don't know how bad it's going to be, but they'll scan you. It's like, oh, you've got this, that, and other. You shouldn't be out. You need to go home. Blah blah blah. And then police will get involved because that's what it's like. I'm hoping I'm not reading too much into it, but it has, over the last week or so, it has started to annoy me again. And I'd be fine with it anyway. I'd cope, but what if somebody else in my situation? I've always been alright with my own company, so if I have to stay in the house and play on the Xbox, fine. It doesn't really affect me. But what about somebody that's not like that? Who relies on socialising more than me. So yeah. I don't know, a bit all over the place to start off with there. It's made it, I tell you, if I start getting these bloody letters again, I'll not be in a good mood. I might be laughing about it now, but I'm just laughing at me ranting. It's all you see again recently over here. I don't know what it's like in any other country. I know I see a lot of Australians going on about it. I don't know what it's like in America. But they brought all these things back in, and it's kind of getting to the point where it's a bit over the top again. Like these vaccine passports. But anyway, you won't get yours unless it goes mandatory. Well, I wouldn't have it if it goes mandatory. Why? If you don't want it, why make them force you to have it? I wouldn't. It's down to them. If somebody wants to have it, they can have it. I'm not an anti-vax, I've had it myself, but if somebody doesn't want it, just respect their opinion and move on. You know what I mean? Don't make it mandatory.
I got mine, so I keep job.
If somebody doesn't want it and then they end up dying from it, their fault, you know what I mean? They've only got themselves to blame then. I don't want to go into it too much anyway, but it has annoyed me. I hate to explain it because I've just been on about it to Street, and I would have started so annoyed. You get where I'm coming from anyway. Why I'm annoyed. You're so pumped for this DLC. I wouldn't say I'm hyped for it, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it still. I wouldn't say I'm hyped. I know I've seen a lot of people are excited for this DLC, but compared to the other DLCs that we've got, I've got a few questions around it. Now I know they said I've got the post up now. Hang on. They said stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire in the coming days for more info on the contract. So I don't think we've got all the information just yet, because I did see the trailer, read the information, and I did have more questions than what I had reading the Newswire for Cayo Perico, the Diamond Casino heist. With those DLCs, you knew what you'd be getting, so you were looking forward to playing those things. Whereas this, I've still got questions around it. What we're going to be doing. So I can't really get too hyped and excited. And I don't want to get carried away anyway because of the recent form, but leave for your doctor's appointment. Rip Liam's knee. Is there going to be an update today? There's no update for the game. There's no Tunables update either. I've changed my title. I have already changed it to GTA 5 Online, the contract DLC live, but that's because we're going to be talking about it. But it does say GTA Online, no DLC. Not no DLC, no weekly Tunables update. New DLC next week. I've also said in the well, there's more info. Go and read it if you want. King Chew's welcome. Everybody welcome, by the way. Chris R welcome. Everybody welcome. Started off by having a rant. While we wait for more people to turn up, I did say I'm going to quickly talk about Halo Infinite because it's still fresh in my mind. I don't know what some people are on about with that game, you know. So people have been having a go at the graphics on it. Now this is the main thing. I think a lot of people have seen this. The graphics outside might not be the best, but I don't know what they're expecting from a game that's so expansive, vertical, and filled with God knows how much content there is there. There's so many things happening in that game. You've got day and night cycle, an expansive map, and I mean expansive, it's massive. And then the verticality on it, all these different areas, different structures, everything. There's a load of things going off. And to be honest, I'm surprised it looks as good as what it does in the open world areas. Because it's so expansive. It's crazy. To all the people that said that was like a last gen game, then I'm surprised the Xbox One can handle that, to be honest. So you'll have issues with like popping at distances, with trees popping in, and some things could be more clear than what they are, and some of the animations are a bit framey now and again. But looking at how big that game is and expansive, like all the things that I've just mentioned, I'm not surprised. And the gameplay holds it well, so. And it did turn out to be more linear than what I thought it would be as well. So if you worry about it being an Halo Far Cry game like how I was a few weeks ago, then you should be, well, you'd be happy. Mikey B, welcome. You got your blue badge as well. Turn up and you're talking about another game again. We've just been talking about GTA. We talked about COVID and GTA. I went on a rant about COVID, about these letters that they send me. Can rewind if you want to watch that. I have got a point though. I do find that daft. AH, welcome. Don't mention it. They'll come back with some excuse like, yeah, but we were playing our young boys. I mean, that is a fair excuse, that. Did you see who they were playing? Are you on for the DLC next week, Mikey? Because I know, I think you'd mentioned that you'd booked a day off or something. But this was before they announced it. Well, they announced that it was going to be on the 15th. I need to turn myself down because I can't talk well. I can properly hear myself like that.
Oh no, Oh, the doctor's gonna make myself something like.
If I did some extra discounts. Your annual winter cold. Oh dear. You'll be on. Oh, so you got it sorted. Ah, fair enough. But yeah, people have been slating the graphics on that game, and what people haven't mentioned is the Forerunner structures on Halo. This is the last thing I'm going to be saying, but bloody hell. If you've got a problem with the graphics outside, you won't have a problem with the graphics in the interiors because the lighting and everything. You can tell they're not restricted by how massive the open world is because it'll load you into like another area when you go in these interior structures. It'll like fade to black, load for a second, and then you'll be back, sort of thing. But these Forerunner structures and the underground sections, it's honestly, I would show you. In fact, I'll get a screenshot up now. I can get one up because it's the second mission, but I don't want to get anything up that's going to be a bit of a spoil. And to be honest, I've screenshotted a lot of cutscenes, which the cutscenes aren't pre-rendered, by the way. So this is this is a 4K screenshot, so it's 4 times bigger than what it needs to be. Obviously, this is going to look a lot more impressive when you're actually playing it on a Series X, because this is a 1080p stream on YouTube with the compression. But playing this at 60 FPS in the resolution that it's in the interiors, honestly, it's quite blown away with it. I think they've done a really good job with the Forerunner aesthetic as well, and the architecture. I'll make it smaller so you can see it in one. There you go. So that's it. So you kind of get an idea there. If you're playing it for yourself in some of the later missions as well, you'd understand where I'm coming from. It does look really nice. Did anyone actually get the prison overalls? Where can I check? Let me know and I'll check for you. Would have looked better if Grove Street Games made Halo. Mate, get out. Oh dear. Under outfits and under special, I'll go have a look. Let's go to another counter to get your booster shot. Anyway, let's get rid of this Halo image. Go and check that out for Mikey. If you've got Game Pass anyway, you've got Game Pass, you're looking for a game to play, I did mention to these earlier, you might as well play it, because if it was a PlayStation game and PlayStation fanboys had their hands on it, they'd be saying it's one of the games of the decade. You know how it's like with the PlayStation lot. Or with the PlayStation fanboys anyway. It's definitely the best one that 343 have made, and I don't really want to compare it to the games that Bungie made because that's from just a completely different era. I always used to compare them to the old games and I just think, what's the point anymore? Anyway, with that said, we're going to go and have a look at some of the content that we got in past DLCs and kind of review it and discuss what they can do better in the next DLC than what they did in those DLCs, you know, like vehicle wise, maybe content wise, replay wise, progression wise, stuff like that. I've gone to the right place, haven't I? Yeah, under special, yeah, I've not got it. Well, that's typical Rockstar, isn't it? Level 2 support. I don't think I'll be doing that for a prison outfit. I can do one. Do an emote. I don't know what emote I've got on. Oh, it's not up yours. Yeah. Up yours, Rockstar Dev. Enos Jubilee. Or the vehicle. Can I copy this? Hang on, I'll get it up on screen for you. I've got to take a screenshot real quick. Don't drop down. There's like a hotbar box dropping down, covering up some of the image. There we go. Let me just save it. I'll import it in real quick. I would share my screen, but with Chrome, for some reason, it just doesn't want to. It does do it, but it's not proper. It's weird. Is this the image? It's a bit big, isn't it? It's to put it in with all the Halo images. So I didn't want to select the wrong one because some of them are quite spoiler heavy. These screenshots that I've took from some like late on cutscenes, but the graphics looks impressive, so that's why I did it anyway. So we've got the compact EMP launcher. So hopefully that doesn't get abused, but it will be nice taking down some Oppressor Mark IIs if they get close with that, if you're able to. And then you've got the Enos Jubilee. I forgot the name of the cars this looks like. Obviously it's a Rolls Royce, and some of them are already in the game, so that's why it looks similar. And then you've got the Agency, which I'm guessing is going to be the property that you're going to be able to buy. And you might be able to buy a mansion anyway from the looks of things. But I don't know about the mansion. I feel like they've just gone with things that people wanted ages ago. And what's the point in the mansion? I've said this before. What is the point in the mansion? I don't get it. People have always wanted a mansion in GTA Online, and I don't get it. If it's going to be useful, then fair enough. But if it's just a mansion for me to walk around in and say, oh look, I own a mansion, what's the point? You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's going to be. Super Diamond SUV. It might be that. Cold Autumn's welcome. We'll be happy with the stun gun. I know, I saw it and I'm like, the stun gun, really? I'll own your mansion and you can rent a room. Anyway, where do we begin? I was going to look at previous content that we got from recent DLCs, you know, like from about 2 years ago. This is one thing I want to mention first of all, because if you think about it, we've not had a good DLC for cars in a while, and you might be thinking, what's he on about here? Because the Tuners DLC was pretty good. Yeah, if you're into tuner cars, yeah. But we've not had a good variety of cars for a while. Cayo Perico last year. Now, I don't want to be too critical, but I want the DLCs to be as good as what they can be, so you need to be critical in order to get a good DLC. So, with the vehicles that we've been getting, so let's go back to, well, we've covered the Tuners DLC, Cayo Perico, the DLC that we got, well, the cars that we got in that, we'll get them up actually on the website. So, Southern San Andreas Super Autos. If you remember, the drip fed these so weirdly as well. A load of these are pointless. The slam truck could have been a lot better than what it actually is. If you could tow a vehicle, you know, what's the point in having this if you can't tow a vehicle? It seems like such a missed opportunity. The Weevil was alright to customise. The Brioso, completely forgot about that. The go-karts. You see, the go-karts were alright. Probably some of the better vehicles that we got in this DLC, if I'm being honest. However, they've only just been recently added into the creator, which, really? Anyway, and then in terms of supercars and stuff on this website from that DLC, we got the Italia RSX, which is a good car, but it can't compete with the GTO and the Pariah, so it's kind of pointless. And I don't think the customization was too great on it, to be completely honest, compared to other cars that we had been getting around that sort of time. And then you go back to Los Santos Summer Special. will catch up on comments. Let me just read some of these. The Tygon. The Tygon is not worth getting, and the customization's not that good either. The D10, that's not really the best car either. I remember that being a bit iffy. So off the bat, you've got two cars that, unless you like the model, unless you like the customization, you're not going to want to buy it. And please keep in mind that these are the only two as well. Look, Los Santos Summer Special, Los Santos Summer Special. Only two regular cars. And you could say these cars here were cut from the other DLC. Because it kind of seemed as if like we got half of the F1 stuff early. If you remember. If you remember that sort of time period, you'll be able to remember me saying that. So yeah, that were a bit weird. So the only one on here really that was worth buying from the Los Santos Summer Special was the BR8. I shouldn't have backed off that. So really, we go back to the Diamond Casino Ice where we saw some half-decent cars. And what I mean by half-decent cars is, obviously we've got 1, 2, 3 that I can see straight away here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 vehicles on here in this DLC on this one website. Whereas on here we only got 4, and you could argue that these were delayed or something, or split in half from the other one. We've covered the Los Santos tuners. They are all the same sort of car. They're all in the tuners category. There's no supercars or anything. And even racing them against sports cars, don't even bother. But the customization is great. So you can see what I'm getting at here. It's been a while since we've had a good mixture of cars in a DLC that's going to be good for everybody. I'm on about muscle cars, supercars, sports cars, you name it, that are good in their car class. It's been a while. You know, you've not used a different sports car in races if you want to be competitive for ages. Same with supercars now. 2 years, over 2 years. So it'd be nice if we could get a revamp of the classes alongside new vehicles that are worthwhile using and a variety of them. So like I was just saying, muscle cars, sports cars, coupes, you name it, every car class, get a mixture of everything in there for everybody. So yeah, because it's been a while now. The last time we saw it done properly was, I wouldn't even argue the Diamond Casino Heist, because that was kind of the leftover NAF vehicles from Casino and Resort, wasn't it? So like here, you've got the Krieger, the Emirates, all these good vehicles. I mean, look at how many vehicles we've got in the Casino and Resort. A good mixture of vehicles in there. And this is just that one website. If we go on to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, you've got let me try and find it. You've got these vehicles as well, off-road vehicles, the Asbo, things like that. So you get what I'm getting at here. It's been 2+ years since we've had a good mixture of vehicles in a DLC, and I think that's the best way to approach it, rather than just catering to one set of people each time. I mean, God knows what they're doing with Cayo Perico last year, because that was just terrible. Same with Los Santos Summer Special. I remember coming off the back of Los Santos Summer Special being looking forward to Cayo Perico, because it couldn't get much worse in terms of the vehicles than Los Santos Summer Special. But here we are, talking about how Cayo Perico was worse for vehicles. But anyway, so you get what I'm getting at. In the next DLC, I'd like to see a better variety of vehicles that are going to be worthwhile buying, while maintaining good customization and making sure you're getting a nice variety in for everybody. Because not everybody's into the same sort of cars. Anyway, and we are going to be getting more information, so I don't really want to be talking too much about the actual main point of the DLC itself, because it's yeah, they've showed you a trailer, but there's loads of question marks around it. I want to kind of wait until we get more information and also play the DLC first. I think a lot of us got carried away last year with Cayo Perico, and I'm trying to not do that this year. So anyway, I missed a load of comments now. Let me scroll up. You're just hoping for some decent garage space? Yeah, that is one thing. I do think we will be getting some decent garage space, I must say, because surely they must have read the carry-on last time. Surely. We've got to have at least 2 garages, or 20 more spaces. If we don't get 20 spaces, I'll be disappointed if we just get 10 again, like last time. What you'd love is if they did what they did for the CEO offices, where you could own 3 levels worth of cars. That would be interesting as well, because it's going to be in a building like that, isn't it? So it would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, my stream's buffering, even though I'm not disconnected. I don't know what's going on with YouTube there. I've refreshed it. I just can't read the chat at the minute. It's giving me 2 adverts, which is strange because I can still see my stream now. There we go, I'm back. My chat's not loaded though. I can't see my chat. I can't talk to you. Don't know what's going on. Hang on. It's been a while since we've done one of these. No, it's definitely not my internet. Here we go, the chat's loaded. I don't know what happened then. YouTube's had one.
Excuse me.
But each level can hold at least 7 to 8 cars minimum. 2 levels equals 40 cars. Yeah, I agree what you're saying here about the garages. That's one thing as well. Quick, let's say things about him while he's not there. I had to make the rest of that comment up because she commented at the same time and it threw me off what I was reading. Will they actually add something in like that before? Because Mike has mentioned to me before how much more data that'll cost them on their servers. And I think the reason why we've never seen anything like that since, even though it was received so well, is because of that. If they keep on adding 60 garages worth of cars each time, that's more data for them to put on their servers. More money they've got to spend, basically. And more they've got to maintain the servers. More hassle for them, basically. So I see why they've not done it if you're thinking about it from that perspective. But I would still like to see something like that in the game. Another 60-car garage. But yeah, garage spots. When was the last time we got some good garage spots? Because I think it's been a while, hasn't it? I think the Los Santos Summer Special, we was able to buy 2 new properties, weren't we? And even then, if you'd got all the other ones, you could only buy 10-car garages, so you only got 20 spaces really. And I know people want upwards up to like 30 and 40 because they want enough garage spaces to be able to own all the cars in the game. Which really, that should be the case. You should be able to own one of each car in the game. You should have enough spaces for it. So I'd like to see that changed. DLC wise, the progression in the past DLCs that we've got, even going back to Arena War, the progression has been so bad, long-winded, not worth the grind. If there's going to be another progression system, or if there's something to progress through, I'd like to see that done in a more fair way, in a more rewarding way as well. So yeah, that's one thing about that. I don't think there will be any sort of progression system though, from what I've seen so far. What else is there? Hang on, let me get it off. The weapons, I hope the EMP thing's not too OP, by the way, but I hope it's balanced. I hope it's useful, but I hope it's not going to be another problem that's just going to be added to the sandbox, you know, like what we have seen with other vehicles and weapons. It's nice that Franklin's returning, by the way, and story mode characters, because what story mode stuff's happened for this game? There's never been story mode DLC, so at least this is somewhat close to it. So if you're itching for story mode DLC, at least you're getting a bit of something, aren't you? At least it's something. It's not story DLC, but it's something. So people are going to be asking, is there going to be an heist? God knows. There's still a lot of questions around this DLC because they did say they're going to be dropping some more info in the upcoming days. I'll read it word for word what they said at the end of the Newswire post. There's a link to the full post in the description, by the way. They did say, stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire in the coming days for more info on the contract, which is the name of this DLC. You can tase someone and then EMP them, or they're stunned. Bloody hell. I don't want to think about that. 23 spots for cars. You just want your damn prison outfit. I've seen a load of people on Twitter, because I follow the Grand Theft Auto topic, so I'll get pushed tweets from people that I don't follow, and they're all complaining about this prison outfit. I've seen COVID and that on Twitter, and that's about it. People having problems with this prison outfit, which I'm sorry, but people have bought a game here. It might be alright, you know, for somebody like me that's played it through Game Pass. I'm not really too bothered about this outfit anyway. Even if I did buy it, I wouldn't be too bothered, but you've spent 50 odd quid on this game, on an half-arsed remaster that's full of bugs, and bonuses that you should get for free haven't even been added to your account. You know what I mean? It's just, what a carry-on with a trilogy, and it's still ongoing. I know they have fixed a few things, but that thing should never have been released in the state it's in. Never have released. And I wonder, has anybody changed their opinion, by the way? Has anybody changed their opinion? Because I remember saying at the time, I think the price was a bit steep for those games. Do you think the price is steep for those games now? I know, Mikey, I'll put you on the spot here. You said to me you didn't have a problem with them charging that much because you're getting free games for the price of one. Which, that sounds alright, but you look into it a bit more. These games are 10 years old. The mobile ports that have got filters added onto them, essentially, with half-assed character models, and a lot of the detail that was put into the games originally has been taken away and replaced with, you know, half-assed things. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody does think now that that is worth the price tag. Bugs excluded. Bugs excluded. Message retracted. It's a good job I retracted that. You knew I was reading it because it was quiet for so long. You got your free 500k. I think I got mine loaded in today. I think you saw it while I was ranting about COVID. So yeah, things to look out for the next DLC that I hope they've fixed is car variety, and add some good cars in as well, because we've been using the same cars for a while now, and it's like I was saying, it's been over 2 years since we've had something like what I've just mentioned, with good variety, good performance, cars worthwhile getting for everyone. And the progression system is, if there is a progression system, let's have it done in a fair way and a rewarding way. The main thing that you're going to be replaying, I hope it's got more replay value than KO Perico. KO Perico, that has got replay value to it because you can do it in different ways. However, to make the most optimum amount of money that you can do, you have to do the same thing over and over again, and it gets so repetitive. And you're not going to do it any of the other ways because you're not going to get rewarded as much. And it's not a good co-op experience because you'll make less money doing it co-op. So I hope they've rectified some of the issues with that. I don't think they'll adjust KO Perico. I'm just saying, with the things that they're adding in, it doesn't have the same problems as KO. Let me know. I think you're always going to get a problem with the things that they add into GTA. It will get boring after you've played it so many times, but the Diamond Casino Ice is a good one. You can play it with friends. You can do it with different approaches, so that adds to replay value, so it doesn't get boring as quickly. And no matter which approach you'll do, you'll get the same amount of money. It just depends on, you know, what you've got from when you've sourced it, whether you got artwork or whatever. So the Diamond Casino Ice is a good example of that. So the proof that they can do it, I just like them to do it again. In every DLC. Because we were playing Diamond Casino Ice for a year. The same ice over and over again for a year. Because it had good replay value. You could do, like I just said, different approaches. Good co-op experience. It didn't punish you for playing co-op either, I don't think. Because if you all had an ice setup, you'd make the same money anyway. Play multiple different ice, have a good laugh with your mates. Do different approaches on every single ice. In a different way, enter from a different point. I know it's like that with KO, but the point I was making with KO is to make the most amount of money, you have to play solo and do the same approach over and over again. And why would you waste your time doing all the setups and everything to do it with a setup that doesn't really get you the most money and doesn't get it done as quick? You know what I mean? It's with Steam. Wow. Right, that's your last comment for today. "5 days, 23 hours and 40 minutes. Bruce Lee was fast, his brother Sudden Lee was faster. I don't know. I don't know, Mikey. One more and that's it. Freeze your limit? Yeah, it is. You know what, let's get back in the Previon. It feels weird not being in it. That's one thing as well that I didn't touch on. If they do add another social area in, you know, like the car meets, I hope they make it more worthwhile, because I think the car meet stuff kind of died off. And it seemed so promising at first. I don't know what they could have done to it, but I've not really thought about it. Yeah, freeze your limit. Deleted one though. To be fair, you are the only one that does the estimated time stuff. Even Mikey doesn't bother with that. He's level 2000 and odd nearly. And he doesn't know when the tunables are going to update. By the exact minute. Bad that. That one's not that good. That was the worst one out of them all. You know what? You've disappointed me there. You've disappointed me. Oh, that's what we're going to mention. So yeah, anyway, with these COVID restrictions, if people do have to go in lockdown again, and I have to go in lockdown, and I can't go anywhere because these vaccine passports, it's not like I go many places compared to most people anyway. We've gone through all this at the start, but I probably will end up streaming more anyway. And I can use the bloody face cam now, so God knows, might even get face cam streams. I forgot about that. I've tested it and it does work. So if you do want me to put face cam on, I can put a face cam on. I'm not putting it on now because my hair's terrible at the minute.
They should do a poll. Spend the DLC by.
No, I'm not doing the DLC with a face cam. If we get to 30 likes today, I don't think we'll do. I'll post a snippet of the recording because I recorded it for an hour. But I've got a screenshot. Mikey's seen the screenshot because I sent it him because I was saying the problem is with the face cam because I make it smaller. Well, obviously it's not going to be full size if it's just the face cam on the screen. I don't know what it is, the lighting or something, but I'd say I've got quite smooth skin anyway. But because I made the picture smaller, it's less detailed and it kind of makes my skin look smoother than what it is. So at certain angles, it looks like I'm like 10. So I can't be having a face cam. Without a warning of that anyway. Oh, Mikey, you're making me want to put it up now. Put it up at 15 likes, not 30. I'm messing. The problem I have with it anyway is my hairstyle. So my hair at the minute, it's not long. But it messes with my hair when I've got the headset on, so it looks daft. Every time you see someone having the outfit on ready to YouTube, you're jealous ASF. Well, I don't know why I've not got it either, because I played San Andreas on Game Pass. And they said, and there's other people that have actually played it on Game Pass, by the way, that have had it. So is this an issue with the servers that you're connected to while you're playing online? If you played in one region, is it fine for you? But if you played in a different region, are you having problems? I don't know. Rockstar support noobs, that is one thing that I was going to mention today as well. I've seen a lot of people kicking off recently because of the way the lack of communication with Red Dead. It's not just that, it's the lack of communication from Rockstar in general. So I'll keep it with GTA Online here. So the DLCs normally come out on a Tuesday, however it's coming out on a Wednesday. Which, it'd be nice to know why that is the case, because for just about ever, the DLCs have come out on a Tuesday. So all of a sudden we're getting one on a Wednesday, which is a bit weird. So I'd like to have an explanation, but they're so bad at communicating with the players. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and you're not asking for much. It's just for like even something half-arsed, say like, oh, we had some issues, so we had to delay it a day. Fine, you know what I mean? At least we know then. But it's not even stuff like that. The communication from them so bad. You know someone who got it on many accounts. All they did was complete the first mission on GTA 3 and it worked. Well, that's what I did. Not on GTA 3, on San Andreas. I'll show you. Hang on. If it's still on the console, that is. Yeah, it is. So this is at the end of the first mission that you do. And I recorded this clip at the end of it. And then I went for a drive after I finished it. And that's a screenshot of the sunrise. I hope they add that car into GTA Online, by the way. Because I want them to add in some, like, maybe legacy vehicles, you know, from the old games. Add the ZR350, how it looks in San Andreas, into GTA Online. I think that'd be alright. Something like that. Run by infants. Can't believe Rockstars are taking PS3 and 360s offline this month. It's next week, isn't it? It's in a week's time. I might have to stream. I might have to stream that because I'll probably take it down at 10 AM. Oh dear. Get the 360 up next week. Bloody. You know what? You'd be able to see that thing on my microphone. Your GTA 3 was crashing. Well, I've seen GTA 3 seems to be the worst one, apparently. There's glitches everywhere on that.
Look, bro, I left him plenty of time. It's not my fault that the
Well, I talked about it earlier. That prison outfit, you shouldn't be getting problems like this, especially if somebody spent 50 odd quid on the game.
Oh,
You'd expect better from them. AR guitars, I did see that. Yeah, that was everywhere, the AR guitars, weren't it? It was all over Twitter, that one. Let me just adjust my mic, there we go. No, I didn't see that AH. I didn't see that tree either. I went looking, to be fair. Just have a look at this anyway. So there's not really much information to go. I'm just looking at the newswire here. See if there's anything that I've missed, and I don't think there is. Apart from Chunk looking 10 years older. Look at poor Chunk. Not Chunk. Chop. Where is he? Look at the size of him. He's a fat old dog now. Look at him. "5 days, 23 hours. I can't wait." Right. So I think I talked about just about everything about the DLC that I want to talk about, what they can improve on. And I don't really want to say what I'm excited for, because I want to see some more info first. So yeah, what is everybody looking forward to anyway? Let me know. Because I've seen a fair few people on Twitter are looking forward to it, but I kind of feel like it's the same people that get hyped over everything. Whereas, if you're looking at it from a realistic approach, what you're looking forward to, let me know. I don't want to see people just go, "Oh, I'm excited because Dr. Dre's in it," and it's like, yeah, Dr. Dre might be in it, but have they done it well? That's what I want to know. And if they do it well in the DLC, then yeah, I'll praise them for it, but I don't want to get too excited for it. Forward to running over Chop, bloody hell. Red Dead is dead. That game was never going to get supported like GTA Online, because Red Dead will never be as big as GTA. However, I do think the way they've handled things recently has been a bit bad. If they just communicated better than what I'm doing currently, then nobody would have a problem with them. I wouldn't say nobody would have a problem with them, because they still want content for the game, but the reputation wouldn't be as bad. No, I'm not. Oh, hang on. Let me get this screenshot. You can have a look at this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it though, and then save it. Because for some reason you can't save the images on. Well, you can save the images. You've just got to go on to Inspect Element. There you go. So you can see the stun gun armory and the Bushi champion. Looking forward to seeing Franklin. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know, Cold Autumns. I get where you're coming from with that, you know, with the recording studio sort of thing. But I kind of predicted this. Now, if you've seen some of my previous streams where we've talked about what the upcoming DLC could be, I was saying it could be kind of like a throwback DLC. And I've not played San Andreas, but I know like the music is a big part of that game. I've not played through it, but music's a big part of that game, like recording your own music or something. And kind of like this DLC, it's a bit like that. I've not played it, so somebody in the chat might be able to help me out with it. But it's kind of like a good portion of San Andreas. And I did say, because we've had the trilogy, we might get some cars from the trilogy into this game that we've not seen so far. So that's where I was saying earlier, you know, like adding in a legacy version of the ZR350. It looks exactly like it does in San Andreas. So I kind of got it right. Because the DLC to me kind of does like they're trying to bring San Andreas into this game. But I get where you're coming from as well with the role-playing side of things. Because I know a lot of the role-playing stuff, you can record your own music and things like that. Intrigued to see what finding Dre's new music entails. Like, is it a bunch of contracts leading to a big contract or a heist? Yeah, there's a load of questions around it. I've got a load of questions around it myself. Like I said, they are going to be revealing more information about it, but from the initial trailer, because it was a full-blown trailer that we got, it's, I don't know, you can be excited for it. I don't know. I've got more questions than what I have, you know, about other DLC trailers that we've had. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Fair enough, if you want to think like that. All I said recently was, I was saying in a few of a few streams ago. When was it now? Maybe about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Whenever the trilogy came out. So yeah, that would be about 4 weeks ago now. That I think the upcoming DLC could be kind of like a throwback DLC, because they seem to be doing a lot of throwback things recently. Releasing the trilogy, and then you've got the throwback things in this game, you know, with the prison outfit and stuff like that. So if you want to think of giant shit, you can think of giant shit. But the DLC will be won or lost. Well, I've not seen anything else. I'm just looking through this, seeing if there's anything else to mention, but I don't think there is. Agent Harry, welcome. It's based on the Aston Martin Victor. Let me get rid of this image anyway. Well, the stun gun was in ages ago, Mikey. I don't think you played back then. But they removed it. I don't know why it was ever in. Not in the way it was implemented anyway. So I don't know if you've seen some of the old clips, but it's like the ultimate troll gun, that thing.
I thought that EMP launcher, people will be using that for the Mark II oppressors. Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I don't want to come to any conclusions just yet because I'm not seen in game, but
Yeah.
I mean, compact EMP launcher, that just sounds like it could be an issue.
Yeah. You just driving about, next minute someone just shoots.
We'll wait to see what it's like in game. Because who knows, you might only be able to carry 5 bullets at one time, and then it might have a long recharge rate, and then it might not actually knock out these vehicles for as long as what you might be anticipating. But it does sound like it could be a problem, but anyway. 3 new cars you've seen are the Rolls Royce. Yeah, that Lamborghini, yeah. I jumped straight to the Lamborghini because I noticed that as well. Be an interesting weapon. It will be. That's one way of putting it. Not only that, what was on about, you know, with it being kind of like a San Andreas DLC is San Andreas, even though I've not played through it all, it kind of seems like a parody of, you know, what happened in the West Coast in the 90s. So you've kind of have got figures like, I don't know what his name is, but you've got the guy that looks like Eazy-E. And then there's other characters that look like other people from, I don't know, that hip-hop scene, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too clued up on it.
Yeah.
So then bringing Dr. Dre
in
kind of adds to that as well.
Yeah, it's like that one character you're trying to figure out, Ryder, who looks like, Easy.
Yeah, Ryder, that's it.
Mm.
I know a
they
portion of that
based
game's got to do, well, something to do with a recording studio.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody mentioned it in chat, but I'm pretty sure it has, because one of the scenes, I remember one of the scenes, there's some monk guy that can't stop tossing himself off. I've definitely seen that, because I found that funny.
Oh, is that the one that OG Loke who used to like?
I don't know. It's the guy with the bookies hat. Blue car in the garage in the trailer seems to be based on the SSC. Never heard of it.
Yeah, that blue one, blue car.
Let me have a look, Liam.
I think the one Liam's that blue one is that one car company that's trying to break the was it the 300 mile per hour record off the production vehicle.
I'm not going to get an image up, but it kind of looks like your generic supercar, really. You just said it, I know, I've just seen your comment above it, but it was while I was talking about the San Andreas stuff.
Hey dude, what's going down?
You've got 70 million for the DLC, that's not bad. Fake 330 miles per hour top speed run. When was this? Somebody uploaded a video at the beginning of this year about it.
Yeah, I think
so yeah, the tunables won't be updated. We're not going to stay on GTA too long.
Probably go on. Go. We don't know how it falls.
Yeah, well, reason being, there's not much to do until this DLC drops, is there? So maybe if Rockstar had better servers and better security, we would be able to invite random people in without running the risk of somebody being toxic and kicking everybody offline, you know what I mean? However, we can't just invite random people from the stream, we can only invite people that we trust. So that's people that I play with and talk to, and channel members that I trust. Which is a shame. Because I would just like to invite everybody and kind of get a bit of a lobby going, but you can't. Why, and just make it really slow? How's the new season of Fortnite anyway? I've played 3 games, won a game, but I don't think the people in that game were too good. Because I played with my mate. My mate's not too good, so it kind of lowers the skill-based matchmaking. I wouldn't say there were bots. There's a few bots in it, but the people I came across were terrible. Like, some guy was shooting at me at the end with a red dot AR. I don't know what you call it. It's like the Mark 7 assault rifle or something. And he didn't hit me at all, and absolutely just beamed him. So I don't think the players were that good. I've not got any commands like that. You got to go again now. Alright, no worries, Lou. You're not in my lobby, are you?
No.
Where's Fishman today?
Oh,
He's
no.
just not here, is he?
No, I think he's I can't remember if he's gone some. I can't remember. He said he's got. I think. Yeah, I can't remember now.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least with this update, we know how Franklin is now. Like, where he's at and all that in GTA. But we just don't know anything about Michael.
Michael could be dead, you never know.
Yeah, true.
Well, I imagine they won't kill him off because the voice actor
No.
still. What's his name?
Michael,
He's still quite vocal, isn't he? Yeah, he's the most vocal out of the 3 of them. Some of you had all that stuff about him going on about him messing up Mr. Boss's name that time, having a go at him basically.
Yeah, boss man. F the L, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
He's a clown.
yeah, that's what he said.
He's a clown.
You stupid, how come? Did you get the time wrong for the estimated time? Because I think that's 6 days, 1 hour. Or something daft like that, yeah. I think you got it wrong then, it's... I've worked it out for you, it's six days, 53 minutes. You've got it wrong. The DLC's come out at 10 AM. In fact, that's something as well. When's this DLC going to come out? Is it going to come out at 10 AM? Because it's coming out now. It's coming out on Wednesday, isn't it? But they've moved the days where the DLCs normally come out. So have they moved the time the DLC normally comes out?
Yeah.
What's going on? You see, this is what I mean. Lack of communication from them.
Yeah.
It's not hard to put out a tweet. Right, we're expecting the DLC to come out this time, this day. And it's coming out on the 15th because such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's unusual for them to bring out DLC on Wednesday, because it's normally, always Tuesday.
Well, we did talk about this earlier, didn't we? So I don't want to really go through it again, but
Yeah,
they do need to be more vocal. Especially with all that Red Dead stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
You look at other games, even Rockstar support. We've talked about this before, haven't we? In fact, we'll get it up. I can't switch to Twitter. Let me get the Twitter app up. I'll show you, because if you've never been to Rockstar support, you're going to be in for something here. Because you would think, with all the issues this game has, and Red Dead has, they'd tweet more often.
Yeah, true.
So they tweeted a fair bit about the trilogy, but that's just because the backlash they got from that was massive. But up until then, you'll see. Let me see if I switch over to. Here we go. You should be able to see that. Yeah, it's on my stream. There you go. So this is Rockstar support on Twitter. Bear in mind, a lot of game developers will have a support page like this, and they'll update it frequently. Maybe every day, maybe every week. Depends how many issues they have. But with this game, GTA, it's had its fair. Well, where do we begin? We'll use this as an example. You know, with the with people not getting the prison outfit. So I don't think they tweeted about that. So let's read through these tweets then. So the top one. Is this a pinned one? No, this is just the most recent one. So this is about an update coming out for the trilogy. But they've only tweeted about that because of how big the backlash was. Same with this. You've got another one here, Definitive Edition. The trilogy again. Trilogy again. Trilogy again. So, up until all the problems with the trilogy and everything, they're not tweeted since July. And God knows how many issues there'd been with GTA Online and Red Dead since then. I don't even think they mention anything with Red Dead, you know. So we've got things here. Players who sign in and play Grand Theft Auto Online between Friday. I'm not even going to finish reading that out, but another GTA Online post. And this is back in July, and this isn't many tweets. And I'll compare it with Bungie Help, because they tweet a fair bit. But I'm just scrolling down here, and we're back in 2020, and we've not even had to load any other tweets. And we're back in 2018, so my point is, they need to be more vocal. Because they just leave. There's so many issues, you know, like the outfit. People are trying to get the prison outfit, and they just leave players in the dust. They don't mention anything. They have a support page, and they don't communicate at all. Unless it's something to do with. We had this on last time, and the last tweet they'd done was something about issues with people not being able to buy shark cards, and I'm like, yeah, of course they'll tweet about that. Oh, they did this as well. Looking back on this, I don't know. I don't want to get too political here. But what did this do? You know what I mean? You know, I don't think somebody should have died like that, but looking back on the way people handled this situation after all the things that guy did, holding him as a bit of a martyr is a bit... I don't know how I feel about that. I think people are right saying, yeah, that probably shouldn't have happened in the way it did, but holding this guy as kind of like an hero or a martyr is, nah, that's completely wrong, looking at the things that he did. But yeah, let me get Bungie up. Let me just disable this, because then you can compare Rockstar support to what a support page should be like. So let me disable that. I've disabled it because on Twitter I can't get rid of the sensitive filters, and I don't want to accidentally stumble across something while I'm switching, because if you've been on Twitter before, you'll be scrolling across and then somebody's liked something and it's somebody with their tits out, so I don't want to get my stream taken down. So here we go. Can't run any risks here. So you got Boris Johnson in the top right hand corner. Let's ignore him. So here you go, 9 hours ago, 13 hours ago, a day ago, a day ago, a day ago, a day ago. All these issues with the games. Now GTA doesn't have as many issues as what this game does, because this game updates a lot more frequently and there's a lot more things going on, because there's a lot more things to do in this game, so you're going to come into more issues. However, this is what a support page should look like, or a help page should look like. This is how Rockstar should be communicating. And they've got no excuse, because it's not like they're a small team. They've got lots of money. They're a big team, making lots of money. It should be better than this. You're back. Are you online, Fishman? Because we can invite you in if you want. Even EA support is slightly better. I've got to have a look at EA support. Let me just disable it again. In fact, I put the blocker on. I'm just looking at a black screen. So EA support, is it? Where do I find EA support on Twitter though? Ask EA support, is this it? I don't think it is. At EA help. Here we go, I found it. Here we go. I could have kept it on because I didn't encounter any tits, but I can't risk it. I don't know how many times I've been sat here scrolling through Twitter sometimes, and then something inappropriate will come up and I'll be like, thank God I'm not in a public space. And I've had a look, by the way, because you can put sensitive filters on, but I've had a look and it kind of blocks out images like that, but I can't enable it. I'd like to get a warning, because imagine going on, well, being in public and that happening. Somebody's liked a picture that is inappropriate. Anyway, so let's have a look at this. 36 minutes ago, and this is EA 8 hours ago. I can't believe this. Thanks for telling me about this. This sums it up. Well, we're going to have a field day with this. You shouldn't have told me. Bloody hell. I know Battlefield at the minute's kind of a big thing. They're having their own like kind of thing like the definitive edition, aren't they? Look at them, they retweet loads of things from all the different games. A Rockstar support only tweet about GTA Online. This is bad. When EA is doing better than them, this is bad. Because at one day and age you couldn't get lower than EA. And it's not like EA have improved. I've got a notification. In before this is somebody trying to stream sniper me. Nah, it's not. Somebody's tagged me in a picture, some inappropriate picture or something, because I've been on about it on stream. Back to Rockstar support anyway. So here we go, we've looked at those pages there, and that's how Rockstar support should be conducting themselves on Twitter. Letting people know we've got an issue with this, the servers might be playing up at this sort of time, this is going to be updating it at such and such time. We're having problems with the outfits because the thing, but we are working to resolve it. We are seeing your tickets that you're submitting, and we are looking to resolve it. None of it. And that is something they should be communicating with the players that are having that issue. Anyway, moving off Twitter. EA support has always been pretty good for a long time. Well, there's a lot of support pages that are pretty good actually. Even Activision. I don't know if they still are any good, but they used to reply to you in DMs. I need to go get something to eat anyway, because I think my blood sugar's low. Well, no, I know it's low. I've been delaying it for a while. I don't know if you've been able to tell. It's hard to concentrate on certain things. I'm not going to go through it all, but if you're that bothered, type in low blood sugar symptoms and then you'll be able to see. Snow biscuits, mate. I'm off some brown bread, not snow biscuits. Anyway, it's not updated. The Tunables won't be updating. I'll put a message up on screen actually, just so then it's obvious. If you want to come in, get in my car, come in the casino with me, street, get in.
Okay.
And I'll sort myself out.
Yeah, I do that.
Well, it doesn't even have to be like that, Cold Autumns. All it has to be is something half-arsed. Yeah, we know this is an issue. We've heard your reports, all your tickets. We're looking to resolve it. Just something like that. Because that is better than what we're currently getting. And even then, you'd expect nothing more from a support page. You know what I mean? I wouldn't expect them to tell us the ins and outs of all the issues that are wrong with the game and this, that and other. But just acknowledge it's a thing and let people know you're working to resolve something. Like other support pages do. But you don't. You don't. And that comes back to the things that we've been saying over and over again. They don't rely on players coming back to make money. They rely on new players coming in. And I don't really want to go through it again because I want to sort my blood sugar out here. I can't put up with it any longer. So we'll go in here, I'll put a message up. No tunables today. So let me add text. Has that come up on screen? No, it hasn't. No tunables today. Right, I'm not going to change the font. Right, that couldn't be any more obvious. Well, it could be. I could have it up in French, German, and everything. Just in case people don't know English. But I don't know why you would be in this stream if that were the case anyway. Casino, let's have a look at the podium car. And Street can talk to you if he wants to talk to you. Got any questions for Street? I don't know if he's got this bloody chat up. He's got the stream up. I don't even think he's got it up.
Well, me phone's charged.
Got the music, haven't we?
Everything you love in one place. The Diamond Casino.
I don't want to put the RB thing back up. Let me change this. I'll be BRB. Where's the music? I best loop it. Is that good? I'm not going to be too long. But I'm going to have something to eat. Or else I'm going to end up collapsing if I leave it too long. That's not bad, is it? Nah, the audio should be fine there. I'm going to get back and stand up and talk. I don't know why. When there's a Tunables update, mate, Fishman, you can go in the sin bin, mate, for that comment. What? You're like, nah. I have it with Mikey taking the piss, but when I've got no Tunables today, I'll BRB. Jesus, it could have been more obvious. Anyway. I'm back with some bran flakes.
You're back.
Not brown bread, bran flakes. Right, anyway. Need your own welcome. I have to eat these. I'll stay away so you don't hear me eating them. I need my phone so I can read chat. You've got the music anyway, or do you want me to turn the music off? Let me know. Because I've put the same thing on loop. I didn't even take my blood sugar and I should have done, but I know I'm low. It messes with my averages on the machine, so. I can barely see it because I can't hold it up, can I? Oh, this is a nightmare, you know. My bran flakes are going to go soggy. You know what? If you don't want to hear somebody eating bran flakes, you can sod off, so I'm just going to sit down, eat my bran flakes, and read the chat. Sorry about this. It's not every week this happens. The pop filter's playing up now. Did we come up with any ideas why the DLC is Wednesday and not Tuesday? Nah, that's why I was on the support page. I was just saying it'd be nice if they could communicate more with fans because they don't say anything. Still not got your outfit? Oh, I didn't put enough milk on my cereal. Been playing the Halo campaign. I talked about Halo earlier on. Nearly said Halo again then for some reason. There's no tunables today because the DLC is coming out next week. I nearly said next year then. It's not like next year's too far away anyway. I don't know which one you're on about, so I just did that one. I can't believe that's as loud as what it is. You can hear me having a right crunch there. I don't work for him. If I worked for Rockstar, this game would be in a better state than what it is in. I want to see how many dislikes I've got today, but I can't. It still bugs me that, you know, how you can't see the dislikes. What cereal does everybody like anyway? I've never heard of them. Golden Grahams. I've had to search them up to make sure they exist. Weird. I've never seen them. Cornflakes and Weetabix. I used to have Weetabix, but I don't know. I stopped having them. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but sometimes when you have Weetabix, some of them don't go right with milk, and I don't know. I stopped having them because of that, and I started having bran flakes instead. I can't do with like sugary cereal anyway. Maybe as a kid, but it's got to be something like bran flakes, Weetabix. They're nearly all gone. Weird stream this, innit?
Bit different.
I don't really like. Well, they're all right cornflakes. I wouldn't. If there's something else there, I'd have something else. Right, anyway. Shove those on the floor. Take them down later. Yeah, Rice Krispies are alright, but I find like they are a bit of a kid's cereal, aren't they? Ranting in the background.
I've been talking about me because I'm in that.
Could you do a food
that
review on
prison
on your cereal? A bit of a story here. So I went downstairs, didn't I? And it's a new box. There were only bits left in the other one, so I thought I'll open a new box quick. Open the new box, and because my bloods are low, I'm rushing trying to open them because I'm like, oh, fancy some cereals, not brown bread. I don't know why. I think it's because I didn't have them this morning when I got up, so I'm low now. Anyway, so I've opened the bag up, and it's tore all the way down the side. I've not noticed. So I've gone to pour them in the bag, and then they've all gone all over the desktop, or the worktop. Sorry, they've gone all over the worktop in the kitchen. All like half a bag of bran flakes are all spread across the kitchen, and my mother's had to clean them up because obviously I've had to go and eat my cereals because my blood's are low. So I've had to apologise for that. So it didn't really get off to the best, but it did make up for it because I do rate bran flakes. So yeah, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed, Mikey. I'm not making that up, by the way. That actually did happen. I just opened the bag up, and it's split all the way down the side, and half of the bran flakes have ended up all over the kitchen. So my mother's had to clean them up. Obviously, if my bloods weren't low, because people won't understand this, but if my bloods weren't low, I would have cleaned them up myself. I'm not just going to make my mother clean something up, you know, what I've done, but I've had to eat these cereals, because if I didn't eat something, I'd have ended up collapsing. Anyway, just for the odd person that doesn't understand. Because you never know who you get watching sometimes, you get some right idiots. Right, anyway, let's get rid of this bloody shitey message. Let's get rid of this background song. Right, what are we doing? Collapsible tunables. I said turntables. No, nothing's coming out today. I'll even restart the game. I'll prove it. Those bran flakes were nicer. I'm disappointed that nobody else is like, oh yeah, I like bran flakes. Press a Mark 3. I hope not. I've adjusted the mic now, the pop filter won't stay on. I'll be streaming when the DLC comes out anyway. I'll get the stream up a few days early just so then everybody can schedule it. I normally do that with the DLC stuff. The problem is with the DLC stuff, I feel like you've got to get it up early so then people start scheduling early because it's better on the algorithm. I mean, there's that many people streaming the DLCs. You've got to try and compete for algorithm space, or there's no point streaming if nobody's going to watch it and go to another channel, you know what I mean? That's not at the forefront of, you know, me doing streams, by the way. Because if that was the case, I'd be streaming a lot more than once a week. Which the DLCs don't happen that often. I might as well try and get people watching me, you know what I mean? But we have had tunable streams before, which for whatever reason notifications weren't getting sent out, but people that are normally here have been here and we've still streamed. So there you go, it's not updated, look. It won't be updated. So if you've just joined us, there's going to be no tunables today. We're going to be getting the DLC on the 15th, which is a bit weird because they normally come out on a Tuesday at 10 AM. So one thing to pay attention to or be wary of is, will it still come out at 10 AM because it's coming out a day later? Are they going to also change the time that it's going to release, which is, it's a funny one. So yeah, they definitely need to communicate more. But yeah, we will be getting some more information on Newswire. I'm not making that up because that is something that they've put on their Newswire post towards the bottom. They say stay tuned to the Newswire post, to Rockstar Newswire, sorry, in the coming days for more info on the contracts arriving December 15th to GTA Online, including details of a new radio station, special guest hosts, and blah blah blah. Rest of that paragraph. So yeah, that's why there's no tunables today, because the DLC is updating next week and they don't update the tunables before the DLCs. That is one thing to be careful of though. I'm guessing it's still going to be 10 AM, so I'm going to still be live at the same time as when I would start a normal DLC stream, but it does make me think, has the time that the DLC released changed? Or has it changed, sorry? Because the day it comes out has changed. But yeah, we've had no new info so far. I'm guessing. I don't think we'll get anything today because they announced it yesterday. I think we'll get some info tomorrow.
Won't surprise me.
Invite only is better than online.
2-3
Event week ends
3
on the
days
13th,
before.
but the DLC drops on the 15th. Wonder what's in store for the 14th. Nothing, everything. Free weaponized dinghy. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's funny you brought that up actually, because me and Street before the stream started were having a conversation about, because I was just talking to him about what we were going to do on this stream, you know, just talk about some of the past DLCs, the upcoming DLC, what we'd like to see and everything. Talk about how we're excited for a DLC, yet we're unsure what we're going to be getting because we've not had all the information, and we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But we were saying they should communicate more with the fans, because I would not be surprised if the DLC comes out on the 14th and that's some like weird typo. Like there's been some weird miscommunication thing at Rockstar somewhere, and it's ended up coming out as the 15th instead of the 14th. Because they don't say Wednesday the 14th, do they? I mean, to be fair, I don't think they ever say Tuesday the whatever. But they normally come out on a Tuesday, and they've not give you a reason for them changing days or anything, which is a bit weird. If they're communicating more, then this wouldn't be a problem, and it wouldn't make you think otherwise. But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out on the 14th though, just because of everything that's been happening recently, and they're like, oh yeah, we messed up. I wish that wasn't the case though. I really wish this game was in a good state, because it's come to a point though where every time I'm streaming now, there's something wrong with the game. We're complaining about something. This hasn't happened. We've not received these outfits. Definitive Edition isn't great. The DLC, the previous DLCs, the replay value's not there. The progression's too long. There's not enough things for long-time players to go back and play. It's uninteresting for long-time players or hardcore players to play the game now. I'd like to say something positive. And if anything, that's why I go and play other games at the end of the stream now, more often than what I used to do. Bonus time. Play Forza. Play Halo. Because at least when I'm playing those games, I can mention positive things and have a good time on them. GTA shuts down on the 14th. I thought it was the 16th that was happening. I'll have to have a look. Might have something in store for the 14th. Massive ban wave, hopefully. If people have been glitching again. All these tryhards. All you want is the prison outfits. Well, that's the right carry on that, because like I was saying earlier, people have paid £50 odd for that game, and they can't get the bonus for it, and it's in such a buggy mess. And they've not even... We've been on Rockstar's support on Twitter, and they've not even talked about that, and that's quite a big issue. And you would have thought they'd post something half-arsed like, we've seen the amount of tickets that we're getting about people not getting this outfit, we're looking into it. You would have thought it'd have been something like that, but no, nothing. They just don't give a shit. Seven days, 0 hours, 15 minutes left. What for? 360. Everyone gets the prison outfits. Sorry, you've had to wait longer. It is a bit silly though, isn't it? Everyone gets the outfit just for logging on the 14th. Well, how you got this outfit anyway? If you didn't get the trilogy or play it, what you had to do was just play the trilogy, like complete a mission or something. I think you could have just launched it up, but play a mission, whatever, play the game, and then you log back into GTA Online, and then it would register that you played it, so you get this outfit. So I did that. I've showed the clips of when I went on it and everything. And I definitely did it in time, because I checked. And I've not got the outfit, and other players haven't got the outfit. But Mikey, I think Mikey played it when it first came out. So Mikey played it when it first came out, and he's played GTA Online as well. Definitely within the time, the first day this is. And he's still not got the outfit. Right, I can concentrate more now. I'm going back to normal.
Lucky escape.
Played it when it first came out as well. Well, I played it on my main account, but then I saw that later on and I was like, oh, I've got to re-download the game now. And I played it on my solo super account, and it was definitely in time because there was suits saying, oh, you've only got so many days left, blah blah blah. And this was from, you know, good sources as well. Got 3 of them. So you played all 3 of them and you've not got it. Yeah, that's silly, that.
Yeah, that seems weird.
And you paid for them as well. It's stupid, you know what I mean? And they don't even reply to you properly. Yeah, they're not in a good place at the minute, are the Rockstar? It's just their reputation has gone downhill big time. Which is, well, obviously it's not good to see. Seems like it's a bug with the next gen consoles from what you hear. Well, even then, that's God knows. Because surely they would have got it sorted out by now. Or they would have updated you in some way or another. If you had to play all 3 in a certain order, in a certain time. Wow. Yeah, taking down the mods as well. Well, have you seen how... Oh, God knows. I should have got this up on stream the other week, but because it's a modified version of the mobile port, isn't it? So then certain menus on that game still look like it's the mobile game. I think it's selecting your controls, you know, the different touch controls. That menu is still in that game. So you're playing a port of a port of a port with modifications to it that's been half-arsed just as a cash grab. So no wonder it's got all these issues. Anyway, put GTA on old console and then see if you have it. Have it on your old console. I have Free Vice City and San Andreas on PS2. Anyway, because I'm so negative on stream about this game, I feel I need to defend myself here. I'm only so critical about things because I want to see things. Well, I want to see games do well. I want to see games be good. if you follow me on Twitter, I've been critical about the things that they've been doing with Halo Infinite for the longest time, and don't get me wrong, it's released and it's not a perfect game, but I did enjoy playing it. I played through the campaign yesterday, about 8 hours it took me.
Lucky escape.
I did it all in one go, yeah. I've waited 6 bloody years. Of course I'm going to do it all in one go if I've waited that long anyway. But I'm critical about things because I want to see things do well, and if it does turn out being a good game, I will compliment it, which I have done. You're never negative. I don't know. I'd love to come on this game and just have a good time again. Anyway, I think we'll be going off on Forza in a bit. Played this game for 2 hours. I don't know what I've done for 2 hours on here. The most interesting thing that has happened today, my blood sugar went low and I decided to get a bowl of bran flakes, and half of them went all over the kitchen while I was gone. So my poor mother's had to clean up the bran flakes for me because I couldn't clean them up because I had to go and have something to eat because my blood sugar was low. Well, the bran flakes, that's what I had. I've never had that happen to me before though with a cereal box. That's weird that. Well, it wasn't the cereal box, you know, when the package inside split all the way down. So I've gone to pour them in the bowl and half the bran flakes have just gone rushing out all over. I couldn't believe it. It's like 3 bowls worth of bran flakes just laid there. Need to log into GTA and see what they give it. Just a spinning car for 2 hours. Well, how long have we been watching this now? About 30 minutes. Got to be longer than that, actually. It's about 30 minutes. ASMR.
Jump on.
Oh, so might scream at us. Well, that is silly. If they don't give it you soon, then it's stupid. That. What would be better if like what we've been saying on stream, if they did update you, if they communicated with you properly, you'd be less annoyed, and you'd understand. And it's like, well, at least I know then they're looking into it, and I can be patient until then. You know what I mean? You can't be like that when you've got no information to go on. It kind of just feels like they've not given it you. They don't care. They're not going to give it you, because that's the situation you're in right now. Quick acknowledgement on Twitter through Rockstar support would solve that. That's what they should say, really. Just acknowledge it and say, it will be added to your account, we're working on it. And then people can be patient until then, but...
Fuck it. Lucky escape.
Let's keep that up. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've waited that long, and you've heard nothing from them. But if they put a tweet out on Rockstar Support or something acknowledging that people like you have got this problem, then at least you'll feel better about it, because you know, well, at least they've acknowledged it, and it's not like they've just left me in the dust. It's not like they've forgot about it. It's at least they're trying to do something, and I probably will end up getting it. Whereas at the minute, 'cause they've not said anything. I mean, it's at the forefront of your mind that you're not going to get it because it's been so long and you've still not got it, you know what I mean? And they're just not listening to you when you submit these tickets. Putting GTA 5 on old consoles, then go into the new console and delete it if the old console GTA. Lockdown restrictions aren't going further enough. Bloody hell! Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Boris Johnson vote of no confidence. Oof. Your GTA 3 just crashed. You see, King Chews, you could get yourself a new job, mate. Rockstar support. See, that's all it takes. Obviously, it's a bit more than that because that information's got to be relayed to, you know, the people that need to solve that, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll look into it, blah blah blah. They'll get back to them and they're like, oh, well, I can tweet that then if you are looking into it. But that's all it is. It doesn't take long.
Fuck it. Lucky escape.
I'll show you. You can get changed down here, can't you? So, if you go to outfits, special, that's where it should be. The prison outfit. You know, the orange overalls. And it's not there. But loads of people have got this problem. And they've not said anything. GTA is full of God mode players. Last few weeks on Xbox. Well, I've not played in a public session in ages, mate. I don't know where to begin. I'm not going to begin with the public lobbies. Let me go to the Twitter list. Let's have a look. Rockstar pushed a background update to Red Dead Online yesterday, laying preparations for the holiday-themed Call to Arms modes. This is a sign of no new update arriving this month. Well, there you go. We have to retrieve Dr. Dre's phone back that contains new unreleased music from Doc himself.
What are you gonna do? Sue me for it? Oh wait, she already did.
I hope they do that well, by the way.
Should we see if we can order some wings?
Because with everything they've done recently,
After all that gas you had last night?
I kind of want to think they've just thrown Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Dre. I've said Dr. Disrespect because I am looking at a tweet from Dr. Disrespect on about the bloody Cold War map. Not Cold War map, Warzone map. You get what I'm on about, Dr. Dre. I feel like they've put somebody like that in to get people excited. I just hope they've done it well, because the thing is, GTA's always been a parody of real life. You bring in real people into the game, it kind of breaks that, you know what I mean? So if it's not done properly, it's not going to give off the right impression. So I just hope they've done it properly and it's not just a quick idea to try and get people excited because people liked him being in that little cameo from the last DLC, you know what I mean? Anyway. Trying to get in a public session instead of invite only. Dr. Redo. Looks like Super Mario, yeah, he's still alive. Is it Dr. Disrespect? Serious. This is what I was looking at. Hang on, I've got it up now.
Sure is spotless in here. Must take quite a dusting, all right.
You'd hope so with these.
Yeah, that's right, because
Here we
Dr.
go.
Disrespect's not with Twitch anymore, eh?
Yes, dear.
He said, So I've calmed down. Things I like about Caldera. So they've changed the map on Warzone basically. Constant uphill and downhill fights. Ground loot's weak. First loadout waiting game. Third party interference. At least the POIs are alright. That's one thing. I mean, I kind of knew that would be a problem, you know, the mountains in that. A lot of verticality, like the Warzone map, the new Warzone map. That doesn't really, I don't know, really doesn't work well in Battle Royale games. That's why people don't like Miramar on PUBG. 6 days remaining until the DLC. 6 days time, we're going to be so hyped. Everyone's going to be in the party. Mike is going to be here. Liam's going to be here. Everybody's going to be here. Probably Chunk's going to be here. It's not just going to be me and Street complaining.
Yeah.
Or I've been complaining. And then we've had an impromptu, mukbang or whatever they call it today, because my blood sugar went low. Instead of me getting an unhealthy meal from McDonald's or wherever they get it from. What's his name? That avocado guy. I had a bowl of bran flakes. Dr. Disrespect was always the first on Twitch. Just felt like his content. I don't know. He got banned, didn't he?
Yeah,
I never really watched him.
I think I only watched him once, and I was like, never really.
Fuck it. Lucky escape.
Yeah, I've seen his like PUBG clips back in the day and stuff like that, but I get why people would watch him, but it's not my sort of thing. Ah, this is it. It's now being revealed that there was at least 3 different Downing Street parties, including one in Boris Johnson's flat while the rest of the UK was in lockdown. I don't know, I've messed that up so many times there. Did I say brown flakes? I meant bran flakes. B-R-A-N. Or is that an accent thing? Language barrier going on? A 1,000 garage space. It should be like what we were saying earlier though. It would make sense. A space for every car, so then you could own them all. Look how small my character looks there from that perspective. That's weird, that, isn't it? Looks like I'm a midget. You feel like he was a modder? On what game? It's funny you raise that up, actually. It's a good little segue into this. So I've not seen anything. I mean, it only came out yesterday. They've added enhanced cheating, but I reckon there were so many streamers cheating on Warzone, you know. So I'm not surprised you think it could have been cheating, because a lot of them, there might be personalities, but at the same time they've got to back it up with some decent gameplay, so an easy way of doing that. Say no to vaccine mandates. Well, I think it's wrong. If somebody doesn't want to have it, they don't have to have it. I think it's wrong forcing it on somebody. But then if they become seriously ill because they've not had it, then I guess that's down to them, but it seems like everything's getting a bit too controlling. On Call of Duty, which one though? 30 car garage spaces, and they update the casino penthouse so you can store at least 20 cars. Well, they actually sort out the garage spaces in there, or the car parking spaces, sorry. Yeah, that's what they need to do. I don't know why I've still got that on. I accidentally enabled it and just kept it on. Hang on. Let me make this really obvious again. No tunables today. Right, there you go. Even more obvious. Let me just sort it out. Oh, what am I doing there? Am I an idiot? I am. There you go. A double jabbed. I don't know. I think a lot of the people that go in hospitals though. What are wrong with them? You know what I mean? I'd love to know the percentage of people that end up in hospitals. Like, are they obese or not? You know what I mean? So, I bet that plays, whether somebody's overweight or not, plays a big part into it. We mentioned a load of stuff at the start of the stream anyway, because I was a bit annoyed. I don't really want to go down that route again, because it'll annoy me, and then I'll feel like venting it out on stream again, like I did at the start of the stream.
Or because of me starting it.
No, it wasn't. It's because it's been everywhere again, because Boris Johnson had another, well, he held another press conference about it yesterday. It's been in the news again. It's 3 on one side, 4 on the other, 3 in the middle. Fix the spaces and you can put 6 and 8 on the sides and 6 in the middle. You know, the realer should just get you to work for him. He needs to employ you. Boris Isabel. What's wrong with Boris? Well, the problem is, I don't really want to talk about politics. The thing is with politicians though, they're there because it's their career, and it's I don't know. There's loads of different things I think about politicians. I mean, they're all mad anyway, because you've got to have a certain craze for power to become an MP. To be honest. Well, I don't know. I feel like you can talk about COVID without really falling out. Well, it depends who you're talking to, actually, but most people. Because I think everybody's sick of it. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They'll die of something like that. Let's say somebody's got something wrong with them. So let's say they've got a pre-existing condition, I don't know, something wrong with the heart. So they've got COVID, and that's put more stress on their body. So then they've ended up dying of that pre-existing condition because they've ended up getting COVID. But then on the death certificate it's COVID and not what they've actually died from. They don't just put anybody down for dying as COVID though, you know, if they're in hospital and somebody else has died. said it as you were typing. Well, that's the thing. Do you put it down on the death certificate that they have died because of that? Because without them getting COVID, they probably would still be alive, even though they have got that condition. But it's kind of a bit... It doesn't tell the whole story, does it? When you look at the statistics, because you just see so many people have died, but how old are they? What conditions they got? What's the weight like? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You don't see all that. And then the thing is with these numbers anyway, I didn't mention this. The thing is with these numbers, how many of them are kids? Because I bet a lot of it gets spread in schools, you know. So you don't see how old these people are that have currently got it, you know, when it comes up on the statistics and everything. And you should do, really. But it's not just that. We're going to mention, I knew I forgot to say something. You can fake COVID tests. So what they'll do is these... I don't know how many school kids are doing it, but I know it has happened. You can fake COVID tests and make it look like you're positive, so then they can have time off school. So God knows how many people are doing that. It's annoying though, if you didn't see what I said at the start of the stream, because I'm diabetic. I don't know what it's like where you are or whatever country you're in, but if you've got medical conditions, you have to follow extra rules basically, and you get put in lockdown early and stuff like that. So I'm diabetic. So because I'm diabetic, I have to go into those like early lockdown stuff and these extra rules and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you look after your diabetes well and manage it well, you will still be relatively healthy. Yeah, you'll probably not be as healthy as what somebody without diabetes is, because you're never going to control your blood sugar as well as somebody that ain't diabetic. However, you're still going to have a really good immune system and etc. Whereas you compare this to somebody that's obese or overweight, this is a good example. Their body's under much more stress than mine because, well, higher cholesterol. You know, I don't need to tell you this. So because the body's under more stress, the immune system's not as good. So that's why they're more likely to have more health implications with COVID than, let's say, me. Now that might not be the case, because somebody with diabetes might not look after it as well as what I do, so their immune system might not be as good as mine, so that could lead to more health implications if they do get COVID. So what happens is, because they don't look at each individual case of who's diabetic, they just send letters out to absolutely everybody saying, with diabetes, saying, oh, you've got to follow this, that and other. Which is bullshit. I don't really want to go too into it, but then you have these COVID passports. What if you go somewhere with these COVID passports? You can't get in somewhere because they've checked your COVID passport. Turns out you're diabetic, you can't do anything. But fat to a lad behind me in queue, let's say I'm queuing up to go in a shop or something. I shouldn't have said it like that. But you get what I'm saying. I had a right rant about it at the start of the stream because I can just see it happening, you know. I can just see it happening. They're not going to bring in a lockdown, but guess what? You've got a medical condition, you're in a lockdown. No, because they probably all marked it down as COVID. They don't do that anyway. I don't think if they've not got COVID, they don't mark them down as dying as COVID. But I think if they've got COVID and they end up dying as something else, they mark them down as COVID.
Now it's all about quality me time.
I know that. My granddad, he died last year, but he didn't have COVID, and he didn't get marked down as COVID. I made sure. Well, I didn't tell him. Was that reset?
Size of this place. I've never walked so far in all my life.
I told you to wear your rubber shoes.
I told you I was leaving this with Pierre.
school is having real issues at the moment.
Is the dream
How come?
had, wouldn't even step over to take a leak.
Man, I'm not looking forward to these COVID passports.
Yeah, oh, haven't been
I bet
told, so-
compared to other people, I barely go anywhere anyway. But that's not the point, is it? You can't even go abroad. So how many times would I have been away? So outside the country, I would have been outside the country. Let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So if COVID wasn't a thing, I would have left the country 8 times since the first lockdown, and I haven't. Oh, the international yeah, I'm forgetting. You mentioned this before, I think. Doing lockdown in boarding rooms. Forgot to go in lockdown before they can go back. Well, it is a bit. It's over the top.
Waitress!
This service sucks a big one in this place.
Now it's all about quality.
Anyway. I don't know. It's nice to have a talk about it anyway, 'cause if you don't, it feel like going insane. At least other people share the same opinions as you. Everyone's getting a bit bored of it. And Boris Johnson's had another kid apparently. Hasn't been home since the beginning of 2020. Yeah, that is mad, that. And when was it? It wasn't this year, it was last year. I think about April time, in that first lockdown, I'm not even kidding. I must have barely left my room. I'm trying to think. It might have been March actually, for that like first month. There's nothing to do, and everybody was on Xbox anyway, so just in my room. So weird time that, thinking about it. Even then, if you've got an Xbox, there's only so much you can do, and then you just get sick of looking at the same 4 walls. An HGV drive, I don't know, I nearly messed that up. Well, I don't agree with them making it mandatory. You give people the option. If they don't want it, they don't have to have it. And like I said earlier, if they end up being seriously ill over it, then they've only got themselves to blame, haven't they? But if somebody doesn't want it, they don't want it. You shouldn't force them to. Not that they will end up seriously ill, but there is a chance, obviously. You see all these people with ventilators. Anyway, shall we go on a game? Shall we go on Forza?
I'm on it now. I just got unlocked that sprinter. That rare one. The Trino.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I remember that now. I do remember it when we got put into lockdown. It's weird. I've said this before. This year and last year feels like one big year, so it kind of feels like it happened this year, but it was last year. I think I was playing with Hervey at the time on Fallout 76, and I was at my house. I could go on now and show you where I was. We'll go on because it's a bit of a laugh. Hang on, and then we'll go on Forza after with Street. Hang on, 2 seconds. Let's put this in.
All good.
See, it asked me for my password earlier. Best not ask me for it now. Will it? I don't know why it did. No, I don't think it has. There you go. I'll show you where I was when the first lockdown got announced. Bloody hell. Because my house on it's still the same. Let's invite straight back. Yeah, I think I remember you going on about that now, Mikey. Vaguely though. Yeah, there's loads of stuff around Doncaster, isn't there? You know, with the railway. Network Rail. That's it. In fact, you've gone on to mention them. In Doncaster, God knows how many Network Rail fans I've seen in Doncaster. Oh, free caps. Is this what they've sent you? Hello, thank you for coming back to us. As stated before, we are currently looking into the issue and will come back to you as soon as possible once we have further information. Until then, we would like to ask you for your patience. However, do not hesitate to contact us again should you have any further questions or concerns. Until then, we wish you have a pleasant day. You see, why don't they just tweet that out though for everybody that's having that issue? Like, they've acknowledged it's a problem and they're looking into it. Anyway, this is where I was. So I was right here. I was messing around on the roof. I actually remember this happening. This is weird now. So I was up on the roof. Oh, he started as well because I was up here because a Mirelurk spawned in here. And I remember that day people going, oh, we could be going in lockdown, blah, blah, blah. Could be going in a lockdown. And I think me and Irving might have been talking about it at the time. And I think Irving was like, oh, you're watching Boris's press conference because we're getting put in a lockdown. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then like, you're like, oh, Boris is putting us in a lockdown, and I were on this roof, and I go to check Twitter, and I'm like, oh, I'll check Twitter. So I walked in here, and I'm stood in here. I checked Twitter. And the first, I'm not making this up either, because I've memed about him so many times. I see a tweet from Ali A saying the UK's in lockdown or something. Let me try and find this tweet, and I'll get it you up. This sounds like the biggest load of shit, but I'm not even kidding. This is what happened. This is it. March 23rd, 2020. It's happened. UK officially in lockdown with an emoji on it. 8:40 PM. weird. Anyway, let's go on Forza. It's the same reply that you got. So what they're doing is, instead of posting that out on Twitter, they're copy and pasting it over and over again and sending it people. Yeah, like that. Why don't they just tweet something like that, and then they wouldn't have to copy and paste all these replies. Thing is, a simple tweet like that after they've had a few tickets stops people from submitting more tickets. Because no doubt, once they've figured out what's wrong, everybody will get it then. It's not just like an individual case, because so many people have not got it. Yeah, I know a few people that have had to have the COVID jab just because of where they were.
Welcome back.
I don't know. I do find it stupid. People losing jobs, businesses going under, and stuff like that.
It's sort of like me. Well, I'm sort of working at the moment now. I had to get the jab for the job.
I mean, it's gone on for nearly 2 years. It's got to the point where it's just you just got to learn to live with it, rather than doing all this silly restriction stuff. Hang on, we can barely hear him.
Like on that, very much like when you go to a shopping centre and all that. Like you got like to sign in and all that other stuff.
It's a good app for editing YouTube videos. What, on iOS? If it's iOS, I wouldn't have a clue. Or mobile, sorry. If it's mobile, I wouldn't have a clue. Maybe they should hire you. What we doing on here? I need to invite you.
I'm in the session now. Yeah, I'm in.
Are you on the? Are you in
session.
the open world? Because I'll launch up a race.
Yeah.
Do a trending race. Teleport December. I don't know what this is. Shall we go in S1? Because S1's not too quick. It's not restricted on your class, so you'll have to actually be careful which one you pick. Make sure it is S1.
Yeah.
What's new this week? Nothing's new this week. Nothing is new this week. What a weird stream this has been. I remember for half an hour I was struggling to concentrate because my blood sugar was low, and then for like 10 minutes I was eating bran flakes, weren't I?
Yeah, S1 ain't it? So I just picked this one.
Yeah, S1.
Yeah, that's good.
What is this? Is this just a teleport December 8th, 2021? I don't know what this is.
Oh, this looks like the drag race. Yeah, this is the airport drag race.
Checkpoint missed.
What?
What is that noise? Check out my creative hub. I've not been reading all the text that's come up on the screen. This is weird. I've not played one like this.
What this car is normally faster than this.
Yeah, he's done something to the cars. That was weird. That was weird.
What? First? I got first place from that.
Yeah, we did teleport, but I don't get what was supposed to happen there. What was the point in that?
To be honest, I was just hitting the signs. Them. Jesus Christ, yeah. Prestige 4.
Have you not seen Fishman? Fishman's AFK'd more than me. It's Prestige 5.
No? I thought you might have been on.
I mean, I'm almost Prestige 5, aren't I? 591, 600.
Is this gonna load up or?
Nah, the game's still broken. Well, there you go, Mikey. You were asking me this the other day. It's still broken, mate. There's still nothing for GTA, by the way. No new info I'm on about to do with the DLC. Obviously, we know nothing was going to be happening today, but you never know when you're going to get DLC info anymore because, I mean, it's Rockstar. No, we're not doing a championship. This is just like some custom race. I think we'll have to restart this game here, you know.
Yeah.
What is going on? Oh, here we go. Did you restart your game?
Yeah, I dashed behind.
Yeah, that fixed it. That's weird.
Yeah. Having to make up time, just a couple of mates. We were playing it, and by the next minute, yeah.
Right, this is how quick this car normally is, by the way.
Yes,
It's a big jump at the end of this. Yeah, rewind for GTA, why not? It's only there so people can't bloody complain saying, well, I clicked on the stream and you're playing Forza. And it's like, well, use your head and rewind. I need to remember as well before I get up, I need to be careful of that bowl I put on the floor right next to me. Or I stand on it. It's not GTA, it's Forza. You've made me crash now.
Here's that marking that you admitted to the car.
I'm not playing GTA Online. It's terrible.
No, what else is
At the minute, anyway. Thinking about Forza there, Mikey. Hang on, I want to show you something while I'm on this account anyway, while we're waiting for Street to get back in. I need to put my blocker up because I don't want you to see any spoilers. I think I've got a clip to show you what I mean about when I was on about Halo earlier. When they want to load, here we go. Or have I? I haven't. Well, sorry about that. I thought I had a clip to show you. I guess I can show you this, because this is not... I think this is still the second level, so...
No, I mean...
The only clip that I can show you that contains no spoilers is this one. Bloody game it is. This is annoying when somebody just ends up spam building. It's just like, the guy's 1 HP, just let me kill you. No, oh, we can't listen to that. I put my blocker on to stop it, but in fact I need to because Halo spoilers. Here we go. Yeah, Forza. I think it's just because of how many people have played it, you know, they really weren't ready for how many people have played it. Over 10 million people have played it. Compared to the last game, there was 2 million people that played it. And it took longer to reach 2 million than what it did for 10 million. That made you sad, why? Which one do you want me to do? Let me know. Rainbow Road. We've got to do Rainbow Road, haven't we? AR-12 Nick.
Same clean that... Well, same COD that you're in. AR-12.
Rainbow Road. What's this going to be like? Toxic kids do that. Mate, I paid for the emote. Mate, I'm going to use it when I win a bloody game on that. Kids do that to be toxic. I use it at the end of the game because I paid for it.
Oh, can't use their accounts.
Is Fortnite as old as GTA 5? No. Well, no. Yeah, it is. Fortnite's older than GTA 5. It's not. I think GTA 5 was in development before Fortnite, but they've kind of been around at the same sort of times, really. Is on about because I was just thinking about the Battle Royale at first, but Fortnite was the game before around for years. First got announced in 2011, winter 2011, and I think it was at the Game Awards in 2011. 10 years ago. It's been. You've known about Fortnite for 10 years. Fortnite's been around for 10 years. Does it feel like 10 years? No, it doesn't. 'Cause it's only
No.
blown up for 4 years. So.
What the? Said the course.
2,100 Microsoft points. What's over that emote? 10 years. Oh my god. I set off like it were a GTA race. What am I playing?
Well, we're on GTA or bloody Forza. One of them.
I pressed the trigger in when it said go to try and get the boost. What are all the AI doing here? Look at them. It's like the crab walking.
Some weird shit.
Kinda is like Rainbow Road, isn't it? He's done a good job, hasn't he?
As long as I don't fall off.
What is this part here? As I was saying, why is this... What happened there? I like slid on something.
Oh, again.
And again.
Oh my god, this trap.
Is that some invisible force sliding me off? Yeah. I'm sorry, but... Oh, what is this? Have we even got enough speed? Ever since Microsoft stopped selling Microsoft points, the world's gone to shit. That's like the day they stopped selling those buggers. Downhill from that point on. And if you don't agree with me, then your parents shouldn't have bought you a PlayStation. Solo Supra can't drive. I had to read that comment as I missed the checkpoint and hit a wall.
Oh, I missed it.
Bring back Microsoft points. Bloody this... God knows what it is. I can't wait to get off this wood. Look at it!
I think it's the buggies themselves.
Oh, we're stuck now. We're stuck. I didn't think it was going to resume then, so I went to itch my eye and it resumed. Oh, here we go again. What the AI doing down there? What is going on here? Don't play Fortnite. I'm in reverse now. Well, last place against Tourist AI. And it is still Tourist AI because I turned it down the other week and I've not turned it back up. Oh no, it's highly skilled. No, it is. It's highly skilled. I remember doing it. Silly me, I did change it.
It's raining, it's falling in on your life. Oh, I just fell off.
It's first place. I've been lapped. Oh my god. First place just fell off. Why does it drive like that?
Oh, fuck.
Now this is just sad. Oh, we've not got enough speed to make it. Reverse. What do we do here? How did I do this last time? I swear I did the exact same thing as what I just did. Oh my days.
Oh, for God's sake.
I feel like he's tuned this to be S1. And ours is still A class, so this is why we're having problems. Yeah, I'm quitting. I'm gonna get in that car, I'm gonna tune it, and then we're gonna race again. Oh, we're already in it. In it. So I can just do this.
That is the stupidest race ever. Yeah, I'll be back.
Right, let's make it S1. Put slicks on it, but I want to give it a bit of a suspension. $18. No, that's definitely not worth it. Do you think I broke the car? How come? Extremely close to the microphone, wow. I'll change these, I'll leave them as it is, because I think I'm going to need the suspension to be a bit soft because of all the jumps. Tune the gears quickly.
I'm back.
Right, have you left that race?
Yeah, I was now.
Do you have the money for the upgrades? Wow. In fact, so we'll change the colour. Right, will this be better? It should be.
Oh, excuse me.
Right, this is so much better now. Watch this, by the way. Look at this. Oh, it barely did it. Of course it'd barely do it. 6 days, 23 hours, 10 minutes. See how it like dips in? If we go around quicker, you'll see it more. If you're in a different car, it'll impact you more. Like, you go underneath the pavement, it's weird.
Oh, hang on. I think there's a car pass that's going to be coming out. Oh, today. Well, tomorrow for me.
Yeah, it's a new car pass to do.
Yes, what's that?
Right, I'm gonna launch up a race, so get ready. In fact, you're not even in the session, are you?
No. I think it's that Ferrari that is only like Tunables ever built.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
So my favourites are still there. Favourite of this one, because it's not bad. I can use it. Do I pay him well? Look at the camber there at the front. I swear it's not got that much camber. I think it's just because the wheels are slightly turned in. Yeah, look, it's like it's
Yeah,
turning.
I think it's because it's like an off-road vehicle. I think more when they got camber, it makes the cars turn better. There's something, a lot of race cars and that use it a lot, like negative camber at the front because it helps with the. I think it does something with the turning circle.
Well, here we go. We're in the sandstorm this time.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Well. Well then. Oh my god.
Oh no, oh no, no.
But what? I don't get it. What has he tested it in? A class? I don't know. Has he got a tune for this? Because
Oh, no.
when it was stock, I was too slow to get over one of the jumps and reach the other side. And now I'm way too fast. Suspension nice and soft for this truck. Shouldn't have a problem down here. What all the AI doing is one of the AI cars is stuck underneath the one of the wooden ramps. That's weird. What is second place doing? Second place has crashed.
No, third place.
What? I get the flag and I missed the checkpoint.
Yeah, the game's do it too. It's done it to me
I've been
a few
brake
times.
checked by an AI. I followed him off. Oh my god.
Oh, nearly lost. Oh, god, that one.
Oh, I'll do it in first person.
Oh, now I got that sort of... fucking way there. And...
This sandstorm is crazy. Have you seen all the AI cars at the bottom there?
Yeah.
How? I don't get that. How did I miss the checkpoint? I went underneath it. Brake checked by an AI. It's Forza. Anything can happen on here. Feels like it anyway.
Brake check me, you prick.
Did it happen to you?
Yep.
AI on a mad one.
Oh. AI and fucking hell.
Oh god. How was he overtaking me? You see that AI car at the end?
Well, you overtake
Yeah, it's a bit like a GTA race, isn't it? Right, let's do another one. Which one shall we do though? Circuit of Doom Reddit Challenge. You know what? We'll beat them on Reddit.
I haven't loaded it on yet. I haven't loaded it in yet.
I'll wait then.
Because I had a mate who was doing it to me, and when he started the game, I'll have like that 3
Love the noise as you drive
seconds,
over the wooden planks. I didn't take much notice. Are you back in now?
Come on, hit. No, I'm not that one. That's why I need to use it.
What happened then?
Hmm?
You went to launch something I never launched.
Not now, I mean.
Right, get ready then. Where's it gone? Circuit of Doom Reddit Challenge. What, we're doing S1 again? Guess we will
Yeah.
have to.
guess I'm gonna take my current car, which is this one.
Right, what is this all about then? Circuit of Doom Reddit challenge. It's an off-road race.
Can I just load in game for God's sake? Thank you. Oh.
What's happened?
Oh, for God's sake! I got disconnected. You said?
Well, I'm in it on my own.
Oh, this is why.
The Circuit of Doom, apparently. There's more wooden floorboards for you. Oh, we've done a race like this on GTA. Well, that was a fail. Oh, front row. And that's a lap. Not bad. A bit too intricate in the middle, but I think that might be because I'm in the wrong car class. I think maybe B class off-road, C class off-road. Right, well I think I'll only be doing 2 laps of this.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the wrong car and the wrong car class here. I've kind of given up, to be honest. We'll quit.
I'm getting off Forza. It's so bad.
Already?
This game. Yeah, I just thought the game crashed when I was logging it up on the loading screen.
I need to adjust my throttle sensitivity, I think. It happens to me a lot. I'll still have the throttle on when I should have took it off, but I think it's because I'm still pressing it in and I don't think I'm pressing it in. I don't realise I'm pressing it in, sorry.
I'm not gonna have a look on the store, see what games are coming out. There's any new ones up there.
Right, anyway. Probably going to be leaving it there for this week. Need to get off, there's a few things I need to do. So yeah, it's weird, this DLC. Normally comes out on a Tuesday, coming out on a Wednesday, so we'll be live on Wednesday. Usual time for DLCs and usual build up and everything. And then we'll be doing the usual once the DLCs come out. So yeah, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe for more content to come. And until next time guys, thanks for watching and goodbye.